the work that I'm doing is non-profit. Just the book itself. Okay? The book itself is not for profit. I mean, someone can get murdered and badly injured if someone tries to sell it. It's not for sale. It's free. And it should always be free. It should remain free. And I'm not just making this up. I'm not just talking, out of my ass. I'm being serious. Um, but other than that, I don't really understand what we people are doing. We just keep talking crap about people, about ourselves. But that's not going to help any of the problems that we are facing here today or in the future as a human race. So we need to quit trash talking. We need to quit talking crap about each other and just other people in general. Just people in general. We need to quit. Even when we reach out to a specific industry concerning a problem that we might see and us presenting a solution, we need to understand, and they need to understand, that we're not doing it out of hatred or jealousy or to trash talk them or their company or their products or their services, their inventions, because if they built it, they tried. They tried their best. They did their best. It's like you making yourself food. You did your best. And you feel confident that it's not going to kill you because you eat it. That's why I say we need to come up with real arguments that are plausible to any specific industry. Something that even you yourself will be like, yes, this is something that would definitely or indefinitely be implemented without a shadow of a doubt. It's either that or we all just continue living this life, and we find ourselves nowhere. Just back where we started. So, all these people who created AI and worked on AI, the computers and everything, it was a connection, an integration of a bunch of logic, a bunch of inventions. Not just one group of people or one person created all of this. That would have been impossible. So none of us can take the credit ourselves. We have to give each other credit. We have to look out for one another. And that's ultimately the only way to go about all of this. And there's a lot of materialistic things out there, a lot of glamour, a bunch of fancy things, but ultimately it does the same thing. Some people might have a nice stove, some people might have a crappy stove, but at the end of the day, it does the same crap. Some people might have someone might be living in a fixer-upper home, and we can all notice it from a mile away. And someone might be living in a mansion, but at the end of the day, they're just people like we are, and they have the same inventions as we do. They might have more quantity of something, but we can also go to the store and purchase the same thing if we are poor. You know what I mean? Like I was watching these real estate properties and houses for sale, mansions or whatever. And these people have wine coolers, but it's like, you don't need all that wine. You're not even going to drink it in one day. And if you really want wine, you can go to the store and buy a $10 bottle or less than that. And you can just bring it home, throw it in the freezer, and drink it all you want. So really it's mind over matter. Because you can be there in the mansion, or you can be right there in the fixer upper. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter. Now, other people might debate that, but to me, it doesn't really matter. To me, it's all the same crap. And at the end of the day, these people are possibly living for themselves. Right? They're not helping anyone. They're not doing anything. They're just living for themselves. So, I believe with AI, I believe that we will be coming up with the best possible approaches to impact each other and future generations to come without causing us, each and every one of us, to feel left out or not a part, that sort of thing. Because we all understand that some people are jealous of other people. Some people would prefer it if some people weren't involved, you know, except themselves and their own group of friends. So for them, they would prefer it that way. And like I said, it's favoritism. At the end of the day, these people are just favoring themselves over other people, which is highly discriminating. That's discrimination. And eventually we're all going to die one way or another. There's no way around this. That's inedible, whatever, like bound to happen regardless of what we do. So the best thing to do is to look out for one another. And honestly, I don't see sports helping anyone at all. Even working out, it's not benefiting anyone. If you people don't want to be fat and, like a glutton, it's all what you eat. It's all what you put in your mouth. No one is forcing that food down your throat. That's a personal choice. Because believe me, I'm skinny for a reason. I'm skinny because I chose not to eat all that fucking chocolate cake. I chose not to drink too many sodas. I chose for a reason. And it's obvious who made those choices and who didn't. Except with today's technology, some people who are fat could just pay to become skinny once again. So they could technically have the medical industry take all that junk out of them that got stuck, that polluted their insides, that got clogged up like a plumber, like a plumbing company, cleaning all the junk out of the waterways, cleaning all that dirt, all the algae growth. Similar to that. That's one way to look at it. And it's okay. Some of us are addicted to some things, and some of us are addicted to other things. I understand. I get it. And if you guys look at some videos on the internet, there's a bunch of companies out there who are drugging the foods that we eat. They're man-made foods. It's man-made science. We place the ingredients and everything into the foods that we sell. And if you people look at the world and fruits and vegetables and our bodies, they mainly consist of water. I heard that it's 75% water and 25% matter, like, like elements. So the world is like that. Our bodies are like that. The food that grows out of the ground is mostly like that as well. So when we scientifically add ingredients and make stuff, we're obviously not doing it correctly. I mean, there's some foods out there that contain no moisture whatsoever. There's a bunch of dry foods, like cereal and a bunch of other stuff. But, if you add enough water, enough milk, or whatever the case may be, then you can get the mixture correctly. But I mean, we have to get this down somehow. We have to figure all this out, all these life problems out, one way or another. And we need to create some newer inventions. We need to investigate newer inventions. You people need to quit thinking that whatever you're exposed to is all there is in this world, because that would be wrong. There's a lot more in this world that we have yet to discover as a human race, as people. And you guys have the internet. It's full of knowledge and wisdom. You guys can learn how things are made. Like an iMac. You people just see the iMac. Some of you don't even know what the fuck is inside of it. You guys see a bicycle, but you people don't know how to make it. Or all the other inventions that were added to create it. So technically, all I'm trying to say is we need to learn how things are made so we can start creating our own things, our own inventions, and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm going to head out. Well, I'm gonna go play some video games. Fuck all this. Fuck all of you. Respectfully. If you guys don't want to get with the program, then why should anyone else? I'm not the one with the money, so don't blame me. Just think about that when you think about me. And I hope none of you out there are thinking about me.